Good evening. This is the Elliott Wave update for the NASDAQ 100 for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2021. There's not much to be adding to the NASDAQ over what has already been presented, so it really is going to be more of just an update on the progress of the continuing development of this initial leg down or legs down of a larger corrective phase. So where we left off yesterday, the NASDAQ had put in a solid down day and started to subdivide within the minor third wave. I already knew that it had subdivided, but then I realized as I further counted out what was going on, that this minor third wave is subdivided. There's one, there's two, this is three subdivisions. And that's what's now being rolled out in its completion form, because as I said yesterday, we basically have a series of fourth and fifth waves. So we have third waves to complete via fourth and fifth waves before this larger minor wave three is complete. So yesterday's low, and I'm leaving this on the daily because it really is much cleaner and we can see the moves, on a line chart versus the candles. So it just eliminates a lot of the noise that takes place within a bar with price action. And so it just cleans it up and leaves it very clean so that I can actually count it and show where these divisions are. So here we have minute wave 1 and 2, subminute waves 1 and 2, subminutes wave 1 and 2. And then we have 3, 4, and then today's low, which again happened in Globex just before our opening, came in, and that completed this subminute third wave. And so what we're now doing is we have a subminute wave 4, and then we should continue with a subminute wave 5, which will come down, put a new low in underneath where this one ended, back down below 15,791, where we have been, but it was an extension rather than a close, and likely get us closer to 15,638. We were getting there today, but market stopped, and due to the fact that the Dow and the S&P and the Russell decided they needed to blast off to the moon for a quick view. In any case, I would suspect that tomorrow, now it's going to be interesting because tomorrow is once again a weekly expiration, and as we already know, there are some very large players out there, and also just I think a lot of retail traders that are coming in with them, and they are playing call options. We've seen it now, we've seen it in Apple, we're seeing it in AMET, we're seeing it in Amazon, we're seeing it in Google, we're seeing it in Intuit, we're seeing it in Microsoft, Netflix, NVIDIA, and Tesla. I mean, these are carrying some pretty large positions. And essentially, when you go in and you see, take, for example, Apple, and again, I'll just show you that example and how that plays out. My computer will catch up with me today. Please. That's just what it's famous for. There you go. I'm proud of you. This computer that runs these screens is an older computer, but a workhorse, and it has done so well for me. Okay, so here are the options that are expiring tomorrow. Well, let's just look at the banks. Okay, so today, not quite as high as what we saw yesterday. So yesterday, and these 165s and actually the 170s, I think, were also extremely high, but I believe it was the 165s. There were over 500,000 call options traded again. Now, you would think with that much size that the open interest would explode higher. So what really is taking place, and this is what I find to be important, when these larger firms are coming in algorithmically and they're playing this, they are doing a complete trade. So in other words, wherever they're buying, they're selling, and that trade gets put off into the pile and gets exercised that day. So that's why we're not seeing all this very large open interest convert over to here, as well as just the number of day traders that are coming in just to capture the quick moves in the options, up or down. So then that's going to also show up there. So it's not that there's going to be a whole lot of stock for tomorrow after expiration is over to change hands and be, put through the system. There will be some, and then we'll see how traders come out of the expiration on Monday morning, because things will need to be done. In any case, that's what I wanted to show. So there's still a great deal of trade happening in Apple. And then if we take a quick look just to see less than yesterday, but again, 136 million shares of Apple traded, as compared to yesterday was 172 million shares. The day before, I think, was 180 million shares. So this is exorbitant. This is an extremely high number of shares to be trading, and it's all coming into play due to the option trades. So back to the chart. So what I am looking for, again, tomorrow, we're going to have to wait and see. But today, the NASDAQ did manage to decline, put in that low before it started to rally in conjunction with the other indexes, but did not reach those magnanimous highs because it continues to just follow its own Elliott pattern. And so we finished, like I said, the sub-minute third wave. This is the sub-minute fourth wave, which I believe is complete. May have some additional upside. Can't really tell yet. They are coming back in and buying it again right now. We'll see how that all plays out. And so we may have to allow for a little bit additional run, possibly up to 16,078 in those areas up there. So that's where the 50-day moving average is. But I am ultimately looking for another decline down to new lows over what we've already seen today, and down into these support areas as the market continues to fulfill the count. And that would be a series of fourth and fifth waves. So here we had, there was the fourth, there was the fifth. In this degree, that completed this third. Now we're going up, we'll do a fourth, and we come back down in the fifth, and that's going to complete this third. Then we're going to go up in a fourth, we're going to come down in a fifth, and that'll complete the minor third. So we still have 2, 3 to do. We've got to complete this one, then that one, then that one. So 3 more. And then this larger third wave will be complete. And once again, we're going to move into a minor fourth wave correction and a minor fifth wave decline. And then this larger 5 waves down will be complete off of the all-time highs at 16,767. So continue to trade smart. Use the moving averages. It was a volatile day, and that volatility did come in on both sides. And it really was vicious. So if you're working with a smaller account and you're coming into trade and you are feeling very strongly that you're eventually going to get your move, but the first 5 seconds might be this nosedive in the other direction or a run up. And then as these baskets of stocks get put through and they all come running in to the futures to do their business, to buy and to sell. So that did happen today. And suddenly, you have a 1 lot in the NASDAQ and a 1 lot in the minis. And instead of being up $100 or $200, you're down $300, $400, $500, $600, $700. And then suddenly it turns. And then within the same minute, you're now up $200 or $300. That is kind of how the trading was today. It was kind of wicked at times. And it took a lot to kind of keep an eye on it and to really make sure, do I need to get out of this? Am I going to get slaughtered, et cetera, et cetera. It all worked out, and it was profitable, but it wasn't easy. I'm going to tell you that it was not easy. So that, I believe, should likely continue for tomorrow. So you have to make a decision as if you want to trade the NASDAQ tomorrow, or maybe move to a different market that will still represent some good moves, but just be a little bit cleaner about it. So, but in any case, if your choice is to trade the NASDAQ, trade smart. Use the moving averages to guide your trades, your entries and your exits. They do it consistently. And when you're using all of the different moving averages put together, the 4, the 8, the 20, the 50, and the 200, they support each other in where these moves are going to go. And one triggers the next, and so on and so forth. And when we see breaks of those little bit larger time frame, the 20, the 50, the 200, no matter the direction, if they're breaking it to the upside, you're going to see some acceleration. You're going to see more buyers come moving in as that breaks that level. And if it's on the downside, you're going to see the same thing. You're going to see sellers move in, and so you get some acceleration. Have a great trading day tomorrow, everybody. And the next update will be on Sunday, December the 5th.